Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and we are here at the finale, Sins of Sinister Dominum. And it begins with, well, pretty much where the issue of Nightcrawlers was finishing up. So there's great big Galactus out the way, out the front, etc. And Moira is asking Sinister if he's managed to persuade Ironheart to Ironfire, if he could open up the vault. However, he says he's changed his mind by putting a bullet through his head, etc. And they're not sure how they're gonna get through. And Sinister said that Destiny's message hinted that he already had a solution, and all of a sudden they realize that Juggernaut is on this trajectory towards the thing, and he blasts right through, opening up the door, etc., giving them an in. Meanwhile, Ironfire is not dead. He comes out swinging, etc. He says he can turn his blood into metal. Once again, not much is known about Ironfire, even though we've read a good few issues with him in it. Not much is known. His blood is useful, and he changes it before battles, etc., which gives him the power, etc. So Sinister is worried now because Moira is heading to end other Moira's life so she can reset the timeline. Sinister wants her to hold back, etc. But she is heading in there. And so this is written by Kieron Gillen. Paco, Medina, and Lucas Werneck are on the art. Brian Valenza is on the colors. Clayton Cowles is on the letters, and Tom Miller and Jay Bowen are on design. And we are out of time in Deadly Sins. So Beast has taken over the White Queen's throne, and he is molting over the thing, etc. And he's trying to make decisions that a White Queen would make, etc. Because he's the smart one, etc. And he says it's about he needs to forge a new alliance and dismantle the Quiet Council's barricades between each other, because they've all been doing separate things for so long. So he reaches out to Xavier, who sort of refers to him in a way that, you know, he's old friend sort of thing. So, but he soon sees what's going on and uses the Beast to become a vessel, or gives him a vessel to sort of come in and project what he wants to do. And that is the planet that has sort of been created in the last issue by Mistress Righteous, the sort of ego planet. I feel like I'm correct about that. He goes on the attack. Now, Ironfire is completely worried because there are no psychics to defend against this. They are vulnerable, etc. However, Sinister isn't. Now, this bit sort of perplexed me. So Ironfire sort of refers to himself that he could turn to metal, any metal, and as such, right, okay, now I understand. Right, he actually creates a sort of Magneto helmet so that Xavier can't get in there, etc. So I finally figured that out, and Sinister points it out, etc. You know, and then Sinister sort of comes up with a plan about blood. Blood is Ironfire's power. So he sort of shares it with him, etc. Now, the dilemma that Ironfire's got is either goes and faces off against Xavier and leaves Sinister to go get Moira, and then the world could end, or he stays and, well, the world could end that way as well, so to speak. So, but he goes for the Magneto look, flying up there, and he sort of professes sort of Eric, you know, it's sort of like that just to throw him off course, because that he sort of made himself sort of seem like Magneto, etc. And he goes flying in there. So Sinister catches up with Moira, and the whole intent of why he wants to do that is because he wants to feed in this information to this Moira, so that when it resets, it feeds back to him. Same as what Mistress Righteous was doing in that last issue of Nightcrawlers. He wants to feed back in so he can do stuff, etc. He also keeps referring to these Inferno protocols. Now, you remember the whole the last island and it will burn, etc. Well, in reality, it's actually happened. The island has burned, etc. Inferno has happened, and Sinister intends to use this Inferno protocols in a minute. So Xavier is sending his wrath down and taking down Iron Fire slowly, etc. Now, something else that he does, as well as uploading, etc., he's not just going to activate the engine. He's going to change it. He's going to become a god, so to speak. Now, the mutant dominant, the Inferno. So this is just basically how it's going to happen. So he is able to upload himself via modified X gene and he uses everybody as fuel, and this fuel feeds into him so that he can become the dominer outside of time and space, etc. So he's feeding off all this energy all over the world, and they're all dying, basically. They're all dead. All dead. Apart from some that weren't infused with Sinister DNA or robots, for example. So when he finally becomes Dominer, he goes to reach out of it. However, there has already been a Sinister that is a Dominer. There is already one that's taken that mantle, that sits outside of time and reality. So instead of becoming Dominer, he ends up being sent back. He's too late. It's already happened. Somebody else has done that. Now that could happen perhaps later on. We don't know in the normal universe. Yeah, it all gets a bit bizarre when we start talking about different dimensions. So it all goes to hell. Galaxy is dead for nothing. Yeah, so one of them does it. He's just remorseful, and then he ends up getting killed by Iron Fire. It just takes him out. And Moira says he learned something. He learned that he is nothing. Let's hope he remembers that when he's sent back, because he's already done that dump off memory so that he's Sinister when this all resets, gets that information. So, the death of Moira 7.1. The length of timeline, 1,000 years. Peak mutant, yeah, blah, 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 blah. It's all reset. Let's see how the world looks once more as Sins of Sinister universe comes to an end. Okay, so with reality back intact, Sinister is about to make his move in terms of what he did back in Immortal, back in the first issue of this, etc. However, he soon realizes that there's a large file that is coming through with about 1,000 years of data. And he's like, let's download it. Except there is an explosion. That's right, people. Mother Righteous sent her virus. She actually got her virus through via, I'm not sure who did it, Moira, etc. But she tells a story about how it happened. And she sends it off. So this opens up with a message saying that about this, etc., that he got to be, that he tried to conquer and dominate, etc. Did not go as planned. So he gets that information, but that is about it. And the message is, this is my story. Your story is over. And to make it even worse for him, Rasputin 4 comes flying through, etc., as the Moiras there are all being destroyed, etc. So he cannot reset the timeline anymore and manipulate things. And on top of that, he is captured. Very, very nice. And a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting this. I thought this would just... I wasn't sure how the Sinister bit was going to end, how they were going to play this. But this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Next up, Mother Righteous suddenly has a new wing, etc., with all this data for her to learn about, etc. So we're back to the part where Kitty is leading them to Sinister, etc. However, Destiny soon says that something is wrong, and that is Rasputin 4, looking amazing, coming through, saying hi. This one does not escape justice, and she's also in way about how good it all looks, how amazing it looks. This is what Sinister said it was all about to her, and she's finally getting to witness it. So Kitty's all about the justice, which is really, really awesome, etc. So Sinister is pleading for his life, and they're all just like, send him down the rabbit hole. It makes sense, he's clearly done some horrible things, etc. But his plea is, there is another Sinister out there that has achieved dominion, that is out there in the universe, outside time and space, etc. And it's definitely a threat. So there is more from Sinister out there in the universe. Now, could that be Dr. Status? Could that be the other Sinister, who I can't remember if he died during Sinister at all? There was another sort of Sinister, and they all came from these test tubes, etc., along with Mother Righteous. There's a reason why she is wearing this mask the whole time. Sinister also tries to implement oh goodness, I'm saying the wrong word, trying to make it seem like Destiny has a part of this. Sorry about that, I really got my words chewed up. But we know that she played a big part in this universe of Sinisters. And she says, absolute malice, etc. But you can see that Mystique obviously has a little bit of mischief, etc. And then she also says that she is not the savior. Let me introduce you to Mother Righteous. So sorry, I jumped ahead there. So she is wearing this mask so she can hide that she is the heart of club, so to speak, etc. And she tells him about how it all happened, etc., in the future, and how that she managed to upload this virus, etc., to make everything up, and that she had a group of people to help save the day, even though we know it was absolute malice from her. The things she did to that future, to one of the Nightcrawlers, Wolverine, and her kid, what she did to Banshee, Ghost Rider Banshee, let alone Spider-Man. Nightcrawler, he was the first to go. I'm trying to get in that show. So she sacrificed them to get what she wanted, this knowledge to take back. So the Quiet Council are about to regime. However, Mother Righteous says that something to do with the red hair being resurrected allows Sinister to take over you for. So that is there. So Shura's going to go find it out, and then they were discussing it. And Professor X does the thing that he does do. He says that there is only one thing we could do until we know for sure, or that we're not compromised. We have to be put in this prison. Storm says, how do we repay you to Mother Righteous? She says, a thank you would do me, love. I feel like Mother Righteous is getting exactly what she wants from this. These 4 out of the picture, even though they've got Sinister DNA in them, like multiple of them out in the universe. I'm not sure how they are. I think, were they injected? I can't remember. It's right back at the thing. But the issue ends up with, thank you, Mother Righteous. That's very sinister, right? No pun intended. As we see these 4 go in, flying down in there. The whole series ends mysteriously, and the story is the sins are going to continue in the Quiet Council and Mortal X-Men 11, which I'm glad to have back. Kieron kindly told me that when I met him up in London the other month. I'm very happy with meeting him. Very nice guy. So I will definitely be reviewing that. There is also, I'm not going to be reviewing these other 2 books. You got X-Men Red, and then you've got these X-Men before the 4 sort of things. So you got Sons of X, which has Nightcrawler in it, but you've also got these ones with Apocalypse back, and I feel like there was another one which I can't remember, etc. So anyway, there you have it. There is Sins of Sinister Dominant, and the universe has come to an end. I'm not gonna lie, some of it felt like a hot mess. Some of it I thought was fun. Some of it I thought was, what on earth is going on here? I like it. I don't like it. I love it. I don't love it. Sins of Sinister. There we have it, people. Let me know your thoughts on what you thought of this event. Was it a good event? Does it stand up there compared to, let's say, for example, Age of Apocalypse? We were teased that this was going to be bigger. This is 11 issues compared to that. This spanned the universe compared to that being stuck on Earth, etc. There was no real X-Men resilience, etc. either. It was just all about Sinisters, Nightcrawlers, Brotherhoods. There we go. The end. I hope you like my video. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. And as always, oh, thank you to those that sub to me. I keep forgetting that today. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.